Welcome to my channel. My name is Morgan, and today you are gonna see us making freezer meals. We are gonna make several different freezer meals in several different sizes for several different families, and I'm gonna bring you along and show you all of it. My friend Taylor is coming over with her 2 kids. I'll have 7 kids here. We're not homeschooling today, we're taking a day off, and we're just cooking. It's 6:30 a.m. I've already got 6 pounds of ground sausage, like 10 or 12 pounds of chicken breast, and 6 pounds of Italian ground turkey cooking. I have 14 pounds of ground turkey here set out to make meatballs. I've only had it out for a little over an hour and it's almost completely defrosted already. And I wrote a list of all the things that we need to do to put all of our freezer meals together. We're making noodle lasagna. We're making Poppyseed chicken, Huntington chicken, pizza casserole, and meatballs. We're making homemade barbecue sauce, and we're making jalapeno poppers. And yeah, I think that's it. So I hope you enjoy this video. Come along and cook with us, and I hope this inspires you. After your chicken is done, you can cook it in the Instant Pot, you can boil it, you can do it either one of those ways, and then throw it in your KitchenAid. And the most amazing thing will happen when you turn it on, it shreds it for you. It's so fast and so easy. It's amazing. I love doing this when I'm cooking huge amounts of chicken like this. Look at that. I do add a little bit of the juice to kind of keep it from being so dried out. My KitchenAid's just a regular size, and so it looks like it does about 10 pounds at a time. I have a little helper here who's just helping me dump it back in the pan. Basically, all I'm doing now is taking the steps to get all the items that I am using in the freezer meals made, so that when I get ready to put them together, I literally just have to put them together like a Lego puzzle or something. But yeah, getting all the pieces together first, it really helps freezer meals go faster. Had to take a break from freezer meals for a second to throw together some breakfast. Thought I'd show you guys what that looked like for this big crew of 9. I have 8 children, 7 still live at home. And this was our breakfast: egg sandwiches and a little bit of fruit. At this point in the morning, Taylor gets here with our Walmart pickup order. This is it. There'll be another video of that, so I'll try to link it below. This is my friend Taylor. Taylor, how old are you?
25.
She has 2 boys, and she used to be in our youth group when my husband was youth minister back a long time ago, and we just stayed friends over the years. So even though we're like 10 years, 11, 12 years apart.
26, so yeah, right at.
It doesn't feel like it, but she's the same age as my oldest daughter. So it's pretty cool. She's gonna be making freezer meals with us today, and she's never made them before. So here we go. These are just some chicken nuggets, Copycat Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets that I made yesterday and froze them overnight, and now I'm just putting them in freezer bags. I will post a video down below of how I did that. They're super easy, super healthy, super delicious. These jalapeno poppers, we cut the jalapenos in half, took the seeds out, filled them up with cream cheese, and wrapped them in bacon. Some we did turkey bacon and some we did regular bacon. Once they're done and frozen, you just take them out of the freezer, defrost them, and bake them in the oven at 425 for about 20 to 30 minutes. These meatballs, I did not do well at writing down every single thing that I added into them. I took a couple of recipes that were recommended to me and I kind of mixed them together. I'll do better next time, but they turned out so good. If you're a Trim Healthy Mama, these would be a crossover because I ended up adding a lot of oatmeal. I'm pretty sure they'd be a S helper, but I'm just not sure, so I'm gonna go with crossover just in case. They were so easy. We added oatmeal, Parmesan, onions, some spices, and salt. And then I ended up baking these before we froze them. The outside had a little bit of a crunch to it, and the inside was kind of like meatloaf. They taste really good, but they're kind of mushy. I like them. I think they're good. What do you think?
Thumbs up.
Okay. Let's do the next round of meatballs and then start on the lasagna.
Is that even in there at all?
For the barbecue sauce that we're making, I will link that recipe down below. It is a low carb, sugar-free barbecue sauce. I love it. Just a tip when you're looking for recipes like this where you're really not sure, just Google it and find the recipes that have reviews. It's pretty cool that nowadays people can review a recipe, and if you make a recipe and it's delicious, be sure to review it so that we can know in the future. So this recipe had really good reviews and it did not disappoint. I will link it down below. The pizza casserole debacle of 2021. If I didn't tell you, you wouldn't even know, but all those pans that I have lined up there, all of those were not for pizza casserole. Some of those were for Huntington chicken. Some of those pans were for Poppyseed chicken. If you actually look close enough, I have written on the pan what I was supposed to put in there, but I lost all sense of reason and started filling them all with pizza casserole, even though I continued to have to go get more ingredients and more ingredients because I was like, why don't I have enough? Why don't I have enough sausage? Why don't I have enough pizza sauce? Why am I running out of cheese? So we ended up making a ton of pizza casserole. I had to boil more pasta for the other recipes and everything, and I didn't even realize I was doing it. Even after I was running out of ingredients, I was like, oh, I just need to get more. Oh, I need to get more. And then I realized after I'd already done it all that, oh no, what have I done? This is not all supposed to be pizza casserole. So I made like 5 extra pizza casseroles, but luckily we like pizza casserole and the kids liked it, so it all worked out. Oh my goodness, this is by far my husband's absolute favorite meal. He was so excited we were making it. So what I'm trying to do here is blend up all of the cheesiness inside my blender, like the cottage cheese and the sour cream and the egg whites and all of that in my blender to try to get it smooth. But it proved to be a little bit difficult, but it all worked out in the end. I'll link a recipe to this down below to give you a similar idea of how we made this, but instead of using noodles, we just used spinach. If you are gonna use spinach, I highly recommend squeezing the mess out of it because that spinach juice in there, it just makes it taste super spinachy. And I know I love spinach, but in a casserole, you don't want all that juice. So squeeze it out in a towel and you won't regret it. Now we're just layering these lasagnas together. We did like a really thick and chunky meat sauce with the spinach layer, then the cheese layer, and we just kept layering it up until the pans were almost overflowing. And then, we just cover it with cheese on the top. We were supposed to cover it with Parmesan cheese and the Italian cheese, but we forgot the Parmesan cheese. You live and learn. This day was full of so many mistakes, but they were delicious mistakes because so far every freezer meal that I've made has been delicious, and my daughter and son-in-law said that they were pretty good so far too, but they haven't even tasted the pizza casserole yet, I don't think. So I'll keep you updated on what they think of that, but my children really liked it, so I think the pizza casserole is safe, luckily, because we have a million. This recipe was a request from my daughter who's due to have a baby any day. And so all I'm doing here is making a homemade like cheese sauce. A recipe that I found, some of them call for like a Velveeta cheese, but I didn't want to use that. So I used homemade chicken stock that I had made the night before. And I just used chicken broth and some cheese in it. I'll try to find a recipe for this down below that is shareable. But if not, I'll try to write down exactly what I did. It's actually really easy and so delicious. I usually make something like this without the cheese, and we call it chicken gravy, and it's amazing, but it was even better with the cheese. So there's a pro tip: cheese makes everything better. think most people know that, but yeah, this was awesome. This exact recipe that I use is on Brianna Thomas's website. She developed this recipe and she's amazing because it is so good. It is a low carb casserole and it's called Poppyseed chicken, and I highly recommend it. Super delicious, definitely my favorite. My husband's favorite too, on top of the lasagna. I guess several of these are his favorite, and it's my son-in-law's one of his favorites. I don't know, he likes it a lot. I don't know if it's his favorite, but he definitely likes it. This recipe is just so good. It's basically just chicken and sour cream and spices and cheese. Yeah, I don't even remember, but the recipe will be below, and it's low carb. I do usually serve this over brown rice to all my children, and you can eat it over cauliflower rice if you want to eat it low carb. It's just so good. If you only had to pick one or two recipes from this would definitely be one of them that you would definitely want to try. One tip that I have is do not skimp on these toppings. Oh my goodness, they're so good. I love these toppings. I love wasa crackers, and I ended up using some like Triscuit crackers on some of these, but I highly recommend even doing a little extra of this topping. Oh, it is so good. Oh my goodness, so good. I cannot even tell you how good it is. You're probably so tired of hearing me say it's so good, but it was so good. We made several of these freezer meals for my daughter who's due to have a baby any day, and I think that is seriously one of the most amazing gifts to give to someone who's about to have a baby is a freezer meal, because the very end of pregnancy is hard. It's so hard, and I've went through it a time or two, and I know it's hard. My husband's amazing and he helps a lot, and he's not afraid to get in the kitchen and cook, but I always did try to stock my freezers with freezer meals before I have a baby, and so I've just learned that they're a really cool thing to give to a mama who is about to have a baby. Also, if you have a bunch of big life changes coming up, freezer meals are awesome to have in your freezer. Chicken in the morning, chicken in the evening. Yeah, you're done. Okay, so right now I'm just putting the pasta in for the pizza casserole, the Huntington chicken.
May I have 2 bites of that?
Yeah, ask Marvin.
Oh.
Okay, I am just putting this pasta in the pan for the Huntington chicken and the pizza casserole because I couldn't strain all the pasta and I don't have any bowls. So we're just gonna go ahead and put it in the pan so that it's all somewhere without having to be nowhere. Anyway, okay.
You guys are naturals.
Thanks, darling.
Maybe this one.
Okay.
There you
So
go.
we just time lapse
I
it,
prepared
or-
you for her. With all my comments and strong-willedness over the years.
I don't think you prepared her enough.
No, you didn't.
Well, your dad should be prepared for algebra because I gave him a run for his money.
I love this tripod. Why is there a
Would
pile
these be
of
an
noodles?
XO because they have oatmeal in them?
Because Juliet dug it.
Or wait, because it's turkey, it wouldn't be an XO. What about the oatmeal though? That's what I
Well,
was asking.
it could be. I think that the oats will be so small amount.
It doesn't matter. Well, that's why I was asking.